Great Britain declared war on Germany when German troops invaded Belgium. Great Britain did so because they had a treaty with Belgium and were supposed to help Belgium if they got in trouble. The treaty they had with Belgium was Great Britain's reasoning for entering World War I. Germany invaded Belgium, so Great Britain used the treaty as grounds for declaring war on Germany. Winston Churchill was the inspirational leader of the British Navy. Franz Ferdinand was the Archduke of Austria. He was assassinated, which led to the start of World War I. Sir Christopher Cradock was a British admiral who was known for his catastrophic defeat at the Battle of Cornwall. Woodrow Wilson was the President of the United States during the entire period of war. He called for the U.S. to enter the war. The allies of Great Britain were France, Russia, the United States, and Belgium. They were part of the Allied Powers and Triple Entente. Great Britain's enemies were the Triple Alliance and Central Powers of Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire. The main propaganda used by Great Britain was war posters that urged people to join the military or at least help the war effort. England was an island located away from the main battlefront in Europe, so they used more boats and ships in war because it made the best way to get people and cargo from one place to the other. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand caused Great Britain to go to war with Germany, along with the sinking of the Lusitania. The Zimmermann Telegraph caused the United States to enter the war with the Allied forces on the side of Great Britain. The Treaty of Versailles and the signing of the armistice meant the end of fighting and peace for the time being. Some of the weapons developed during World War I were machine guns, the Supermarine Spitfire, 20mm cannons, and bombs, which were all weapons developed during World War I that helped win an advanced technology. Fighting in World War I was terrible for the soldiers of Great Britain. More than 9 million men and women served in the British Armed Forces during the First World War. The war was brutal as they fought in trenches where many died from disease, if not from the fighting itself. During the war, being a civilian was not always pleasant either. Many people from the fighting nations were forced to move and had to endure harsh conditions and lack of supplies because everything went towards the war. Also, while the men were at war, women had to work, so this affected the children because they had less time to take care of kids and do housework. Great Britain's culture involved a lot of literature and science. Great Britain was the birthplace of Newton, Darwin, and Shakespeare. Also, people dressed really fancy for special occasions. The British were on the side of the Allied powers, and their strategy was to isolate Germany. They did this by stopping German ships from bringing supplies back to Germany, as well as destroying railroads and shooting down planes that were helping German forces. U-boats sunk many British ships and killed many people. Advancements in airplanes allowed for the bombing of countries, and advancements in artillery and other weapons like bombs and poison gas caused the deaths of thousands. The flamethrower was also invented and burned its way through enemy lines. Peace terms after the war caused new countries to be formed and old ones to be abolished. International organizations were established to help keep peace. Many old and new ideas took a firm hold in people's minds as well. As a result of the war, 9,722,620 military people died from Britain, and a total of 16,543,868 civilians. One major indirect cost of World War I was the loss in production arising from the withdrawal of millions of men from the commercial production industry to service in the armed forces. One of the reasons that World War I was a world war was because of treaties. The World War could have been avoided if treaties had not been between so many countries. If Great Britain had not won the war with Germany, they probably would not be a country today, and they would never have been a World War II if Germany would have came out victorious.